Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Thursday edition of Proline Daily, the longest-running sports handicapping show in America. We come to you direct from the home of the Golden Knights, Las Vegas. Very exciting night last night as Las Vegas, or the Vegas Golden Knights, drafted their first team, our first major league team in the city. They had the NHL events show. It was pretty exciting stuff. The NBA draft is tonight, so some good off-season stuff taking place. But in season, we've got a baseball schedule with most of the teams in action today. The Jim 19-9-1 with your high-end inner circle baseball plays with the Indians pitching a shutout yesterday, 5-0.
It's been a great run, Dave, and very proud of that. And you're doing well as well. So we got to keep it going. I have a payback game of the month. Well, I had that with Milwaukee. Now, I'm going to grab another red-hot inner circle release today at jimfeist.com. And when you purchase at checkout, they're going to ask you, do you have a coupon? Well, you do. Just type in Jim50 and get a 50% discount off any play that you buy.
I've got a value play tonight for $25. It's actually on one of the games we're going to talk about, so I won't do much talking on the Cubs-Marlins game. But that selection is available right now, along with the Daily Pros versus Joe's newsletter. $25 for the play, $29 for the newsletter for 1 week, or $99 for a month. First-time buyers will get it for half price by using the promo code Dave50. And I think you'll be pleased with what you get. So Cubs and Marlins tonight. Jake Arrieta against Jeff Locke. Now, this is a play I just made, actually, just before we started recording. So I'll stay out of it, Jim, and I'll let you talk about this one.
Well, I don't have much to say about, Jake Locke. He hasn't really done all that terribly, but he has only pitched 4 outings. And at home, he faced Arizona Greinke. That's a tough matchup, but he went 5 2/3 in that game, gave up 3 hits, 0 walks, 7 strikeouts, and gave up 1 earned run. That was his only home game. This is his second home game start. So I do a lot of road split stuff. So in his only home game, he had a 1.52 or 59 ERA with a .52 WHIP, which is excellent. And his 3 road starts were not nearly as good, almost a 6 ERA, 1.64 WHIP. So we don't know what we're getting here with this. Now, on the other side of it, you have Jake Arrieta. No, we all know who he is, and he's been around a while, and he's had a heck of a reputation. A couple of years ago, he was absolutely a monster. But he's been marginal this year. On the road, 3-6 team record in his starts, and a 5.07 ERA, 1.42 WHIP, which is not good. So when you look at the home road split, you might say, hey, let's give this guy Locke a shot. Now, they did face Locke earlier, and they were at home. I'm saying, am I looking? Yes, I did. They did face him earlier. They beat him 10-2, and it wasn't a very good outing for Locke in that spot. So they have faced them, but that was at home. Now they're on the road. Tough spot here. The Cubs, they just haven't woke up yet this year off of their World Series victory. And if you look at the other half of it, the Indians have. So, but that's only recent. But the Cubs have won 3 of their last 4. On the road, they're 14-19, which is not stellar at all. Home road split over and under is about 50% each, 16-16 over and under. So not much going on, except that they have a little bit of a spurt right now. They beat Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh, then they came home and they beat San Diego 2 out of 3. Now they're back on the road again, and where they have not done all that well. So, you take a look at this and you look at the price, etc. I have to give the dog a shot here. I'm not going to lay this kind of number on the road with a guy that hasn't really been showing that much, and their road record isn't that much either. So I'm not real thrilled with it, but if you put a gun to my head, I'd probably put a half a unit play on the Marlins.
Yeah, you didn't have to put a gun to my head on this one. I played it just before we started recording. I saw some stuff that I think makes this playable. And if you want to get that game, go to jimfeist.com and get it for $25. Meanwhile, we will talk about the Tigers and Mariners, which is actually the other game I played tonight. But this is a free play for me anyway, so I can talk at length about this one. Anybody who's following my stuff knows that I am fading Detroit every game. And I guess I'm doing pretty well with that because they keep losing. I've decided that this is a team that has total disarray right now. I think Brad Ausmus is finally going to get fired. I think it's going to be in very short order. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets fired before they get home if this weekend, if the weekend problems continue as they head to San Diego after this. They're just losing almost every game now, and the bullpen can't get anybody out. They're playing uninspired ball, and last night was just another nail in the coffin. They're up 4-0. Verlander's got a perfect game into the sixth inning. He loses it all at once. The bullpen does its usual bad job. And Seattle ended up scoring 7 runs in the their last 3 at-bats in this game and ended up getting the 7-5 victory. Good for me, bad for the Tigers. I will stay on the Mariners tonight. It's house money, first of all, because I've been playing against Detroit. Secondly, I like what Seattle is doing here. They've decided to finally move Yovani Gallardo out of the starting rotation. He was just not effective. Maybe he'll do better in the bullpen where he only has to throw a couple of his pitches and maybe he can get a little more velocity going. That doesn't really apply to this game. What does is Andrew Moore, who is a very good prospect. And the interesting thing is he's not blessed with great stuff. His stuff is, kind of back end of the rotation stuff, but he might be better than that. He's a kid out of Oregon State. He had a very good career at Oregon State. And the thing on Moore that I really like is his command and control. He does not walk batters, and he commands his pitches very well. And one of the things on Moore, if you look at his fastball velocity, it's only like 90, 91, which doesn't impress anybody. But this is from one of their scouts. He has what might be the highest spin rate in the entire organization. And what that means is that 90, 91 fastball actually looks more like 93, 94 to the hitters. So it's a heavy, I guess you want to call it a quicker than it appears fastball. His other stuff is pretty good as well. He's been pitching very well as he's basically skyrocketed through the organization. That's not totally unusual for a college pitcher. They don't need as much seasoning as high school kids, obviously. But Moore looks ready based on what he's been doing this year and at AA and then moving up to AAA. I think he's a good bet tonight against Daniel Norris. Not that Norris has been bad. I mean, he's actually been hanging in there despite giving up a lot of hits and not having great control. He's been able to strand runners and get out of some particular situations. But he uses up his pitch count in a hurry. The most he's gone in any of his starts is 6 1/3 innings. That means you're looking at about 3 innings of what is an absolutely awful bullpen. And that is a big edge for Seattle late in this game. So I think the Mariners remain a good bet. I think the line's actually cheap on this game at about 122-ish, right in that range. To me, this is more like 135 material. So I've got good form versus bad form, a very fair price. I think the Mariners are definitely worth the play tonight.
That's great analysis, Dave. That's something to really consider there. And you've been red hot, so that's a good follow.
Well, I hope so, and we'll see if it works out. By the way, the Mariners have a tendency to go over when they face lefties, and I think it's 40, 19, and 3 versus lefties. John Quinton sending us that stat. If you want to get free plays every day on a recorded message, we have that. Just call the number, 888-294-1970.
And you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jim Feist Sports, and you can get free plays by texting GAME, G-A-M-E, to 25827.
And there you go. That's going to do it for the Thursday edition. But we'll see you tomorrow with another edition of Proline Daily from Las Vegas. For Jim Feist and John Quinton, I'm Dave Cokin. Have a great Thursday.